but I think he's trying to lure him in, back up to the ropes, and then trying to sucker punch him. You know, if Frazier sort of stays static and admires his work, Espindola's going to come firing back with a quick left hook. Overhand right that time.
That's what he looks for. That is very much what he looks for. But Tash Frazier doing the right things here, just looking to try and set things up behind the jab, going down to the body when he can, just taking what's on offer. Leads off with a left hook there, but Espindola just dips his knees. Espindola on the ropes there again, just pops out that lead left hand, then takes a walk away to his left-hand side. He uses every square inch of the canvas, and it's not because he's up on his toes and trying to stay out of the way. It's more because he's comfortable, as I said, on the ropes when he feels that he needs to use them. He doesn't really want to stand in the centre of the ring with Frazier Clarke, who looks for a big left uppercut on the inside there, just leaning on top of his man, trying to find a way through for that right hand.
Yeah, well, he's shorter than Frazier, just staying low, staying compact. He probably feels like he's guarding more of his, you know, the body shots particularly as well, and it's harder then for Frazier to open him up.
It's been unreal. I think it was the first, you know, the hooks, the body shots, they've hit him right on the button.
Good uppercut through the middle there from Frazier Clarke as well. That was a nice solid shot.
So final few seconds of round one. Let's go backstage. Kyle is with David Hay.
David, there's been so much build-up to this fight. There's been so much talk. There's been so many antics between the fighters. You've been there, you've done it, you've fought in arenas just like this. Talk to me. What will be going through those fighters' heads right now?
Both fighters are very experienced. They've been there, they've done it, and they've fought in this very arena before, and they've had mixed results. Chris Eubank Jr., you know, he's predicting something very special. So is Liam, and it's going to be very, very tight in the first few rounds. I think both fighters are going to come out guns blazing, and I don't see this going to distance. A few people say it's going to distance. I think there's going to be a stoppage. I think there's so much on the line, so much anticipation. Both fighters are going to really want to make a statement.
For the second. Frazier Clarke again with that nice balance about him. Just looking to pop that jab and tee up the right hand, which ricochets off the shoulder of Espindola. Nice uppercut there from Clarke, but the right hand came back from Espindola, and that's exactly what he has to be careful about, because he gives that ground. He's not being backed up here, Espindola, really, Matt. He's giving that ground, he's waiting for you to fire, and then he's looking particularly for that overhand right. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion here, Espindola isn't trying to win this fight on points. He's trying to get lucky. He's trying to lure Frazier Clarke into a false sense of security, back up onto the ropes, and then he's waiting to try and time Frazier, hoping Frazier gets lazy, admires his work a little bit, and then comes firing back with a quick counter.
Yeah, I think Frazier was really annoyed with himself there. You seen him tap his gloves together, and he was a bit annoyed that he got caught with that shot. So, you know, you wouldn't expect him to be caught with that same type of shot again.
Holding that lead hand low there, Clarke, just kind of swinging it from side to side like a scythe, and then looks to snap it up from the waist. Espindola has got a very solid look about him. As I said, he is over 20 stone. He's been getting progressively heavier over the last year, but he's not in bad shape. Okay, there's a bit of spare there, but he's very, very squat and solid, isn't he? He
is. You can just see him as well, shaking his right hand. Like you noticed there was a problem. You was just seeing him as they broke between them. He's just shaking it off.
Clarke just feinting with the jab. And again there, feint with the front foot, just seeing if he can draw something from Espindola. Let's go with that right hand himself. Then Espindola off the ropes, just climbs into that lead left hook into the final minute of round 2.
I know he doesn't look the part, Espindola, but he's got pretty decent hand speed. You know, he throws that left hook there, body and head. He's quite quick.
Then body shots will eventually take their toll, and like I said before, he's just landing them right where they need to be. Everyone has been, you know, either solar plexus round the side, but
led off with a lead left uppercut a few seconds ago, Espindola. There's that left hand to the body, just dips up to his left, finds it a couple of times, but then doesn't quite get the right hand up, and Espindola looks for that left. And this is a good fight for Frazer Clarke, because whenever he does something slightly wrong, makes a little mistake defensively, Espindola's good enough that he can make him aware of it. Just go high with the jab there, Clarke, and then dipping the knee slightly and going to the body with the right hand. It's difficult to get that right through clean when he goes up top, because he's got that guard in place there, Espindola. The body shot again there from Clarke, and that just brought a little bit of a reaction.
yeah, I like what he's doing, where he's teeing it off. You know, he's got a good bit of footwork there, but he's just teeing it off. He's making the jab sharp, and he's giving him something to think about, and then coming in with the big shots behind. He's mixing it. He's going head, body, up the middle.
Piece of jab there from Espindola, just flung that one up from the waist, snuck it through the guard of Clarke. He's going to have to work here, Matt, isn't he, to prize the openings and make a dent in this man.
Yeah, you know, and Espindola's, you can see he's cute enough, isn't he? He's just waiting for the shots. You know, he feels pretty safe there, I think, with his back against the rope. He's just trying to tie him, get the time of Frazer Clarke, trying to time these punches, and then he'll look to fire back quickly.
For such a shorter man, he is getting through every now and again with either bent arm shots or like he's jumping in with a lead jab.
I think Frazer should throw a combination, wait for the counter to come back, and then go again. That's when he should look to really load up on a shot and generate some power. I think throw some fast combinations, wait for the counter to come back, and as he opens up Espindola, that's when Frazer will catch him cleanly. You know, just trying to hit him with straight shots here on the ropes. Espindola, I don't know if they're going to get through. He's, you know, nice left hook there, counter from Espindola. I think he's too crafty to get caught with anything big here. He's expecting the shots, but I think you'll catch him on the second phase when he counters. If you then counter to counter, that's when Frazer will have success, I think.
Into the final minutes of round 3, the schedule for 6. Again, just goes to the body there with the right, followed by a left. And maybe those body shots, as Tasha mentioned, might just tenderise Espindola as we head down the stretch. But he did do those 10 against Ivan Dichko last year, and Dichko a big super heavyweight as an amateur, and the same as a pro. He can whack a bit. He's a huge man, much like Frazer, so he's got some pedigree here, Espindola, in that department. Nice little short left hand and then a short right hand from Clarke.
Yeah, I like the way Frazer just pushed him off there with his shoulder, created a bit of room, and then chopped over the short right hand.
The only real shot that Fraser's got to worry about is the lead hand. Espindola hasn't through the backhand. It's very much at all.
It's Ricky Powell who's leading the corner there, and he's trying to keep him going, I think, really. Espindola, he looks uncomfortable, but he's come out for another round here. It's not ideal for him if he's not able to use that right hand as much as he would like, or if he's tentative with it. Fraser Clarke just setting his feet, getting nice and close there as he backs Espindola up to the Argentine's own blue corner, and maybe that's a sign that he's just going to try and raise the tempo. That would be good, wouldn't it, to see him do that? 4th, 5th, 6th, if it goes that far, just click through the gears a bit. Yeah,
I'd like to see him, up the pace a bit here now. He's landed some good body shots there. A nice right hook as well, but you've got to be careful of that left hook counter. That's the shot, really. That's the danger punch coming from Espindola. It is that short left hook, fast counter, but I'd like to see Fraser really kind of, show a bit more creativity here, a bit more imagination, mix up the combinations, pry open the defences.
Yeah, that lead hand's only coming one way, and it's a bent arm shot. So, he knows that's coming back. That right hand hasn't come for a while now. So he just needs to be smart and just pick a shot.
He looks for the uppercut there, Clarke, and I wonder if that is something he might look for a little bit more. Espindola does tend to stoop over a bit. He gets that high guard in place. He's got a relatively short upper body, so he's able to cover his body and head quite effectively when he does that, but he's maybe got his kind of head in the bucket, as traders used to say back in the day, for that uppercut. Yeah,
he's just leaning over. I think the referee's having a look as well. You can just see he's so uncomfortable.
Well, he's just a bit passive here, isn't he? He's not moving out of the corner. He's just, this is better from him. He's, throwing a good left hook there. Like I say, his hand speed's pretty good. For a heavy guy, those left hooks, they're pretty fast.
I think it's the final minute of round 4, and he's done some good work in this round, Clarke. Just letting his hands go, nice and accurate. Quite a lot's got through, and some of the wind is going out of the sails. That right hand continues to be an issue, but I don't think he's particularly enjoying this. And when you factor those two things together, all of a sudden, a bad hand can feel that bit worse.
Yeah, look, if things are going well for you in the fight, you'll bite down on the gum shield a bit more if you pick up an injury, but when you're losing the rounds and you're under the cosh a bit, it's easy to suddenly start feeling sorry for yourself if you pick up an injury as well.
Starting to feel like just a little bit of target practice for Fraser now.
Leaps into that lead left hook, but he hasn't been able to throw that right as much. I picked up at the start on the fact that he does love to throw that big overhand right in. He was just shaking that right glove out again there the last few seconds. Cops a big right hand and he shakes his head.